How's it, everyone? And welcome to this virtual open house. My name is Nick Kawakami, and I'm one of the listing agents for 98-1830 Kaahumanu Street in the Heights at Wailuna neighborhood. Today, we're going to be touring this 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath single-family home located up in Upper Pearl City. I'll be covering a bunch of information using different technologies to showcase the island overall, surrounding neighborhood, and the house itself, of course. My goal, as always, is to get you excited about this condo and hopefully encourage you to go see it in person. Before we get started, I just want to go over a couple of ground rules, and let me just scroll down so you can see what I look like here. That's me down there in the little picture. In case there are any newbies here, if you haven't seen one of my virtual open houses before, let me lay some things out. So first and foremost, this is a live broadcast. It's a beautiful Monday afternoon, and I'm coming to you live from my home office here in Kailua. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be using a bunch of various virtual technologies. So even though, I'm a couple of miles away as the minor bird may fly, I'm still going to give you a comprehensive tour of the property, just as if we were walking through the house together in person. Also, since we are live, I'm able to answer any questions or respond to comments you might have as we go through all this information. Whether you're watching this live or on replay, feel free to leave a question or comment, and I will do my best to respond as soon as possible. If you are watching right now, obviously the benefit is, since you're here live, I can answer any questions you might have live instantly. Just put them down in the comments below. Finally, my only other request is that you enjoy this experience. Virtual open houses, relatively new, and I'm adjusting my personal tours each time I run one of these. So again, my whole goal is to get you excited about this house, and so I hope by the end of the tour today, you want to go and see it for yourself in person or make an offer. But without further ado, let's jump into the virtual tour for 98-1830 Kaahumanu Street. And of course, jumping into the nitty-gritty first, I want to start off here on the website. The website can be found at the heights@wailuna.com. We'll bring you to our listing website here. And if you scroll down to the middle of the page, we have our full gallery here of high-resolution photos. And I want to start off with these photos just because this gives you kind of the best idea of what the house is and why it's so special from the outside. And then we'll move in with the tour throughout on the inside. So this photo is the overall, from the overhead view. You can kind of see we've laid out the survey, of course. Not to scale, it's an old image, but this just gives you an illustrative kind of view of what it probably is close to as far as the lot. And the reason why I wanted to start off with this very picture is because the most important thing about this house is its location. Now, as you can see, the Heights at Wailuna, the whole neighborhood, 0 lot line houses. And what that means is one of the walls of the house is the property line. And you can see down here at the bottom, like some of these houses here, like the property line is right up to the edge of the house. And if you have, if you're one of these couple houses over here, you only have a very small piece of land. You have a little backyard and a little side yard that butts up to the next house. But this house, 98-1830, is in a unique spot in the sense that it takes up this entire kind of triangle shape here, which means that you get over almost 6,000 square feet of land, 5,700 and some change. You only have one neighbor on your side. This kind of path down here is all hillside, so you get to these houses are above this house, so even more so you have more privacy, you have more separation from your neighbors, and plus you get all of this space here as your yard. So nice big yard and a really lot of possibilities. Like you can even see your neighbor's house right here. They basically just have this as the yard. You get all of this on this side here. So really big lot for this neighborhood, and is definitely the biggest reason why you would want to go for this particular house in the Heights at Wailuna neighborhood. But I'll scroll up to show you a couple more from the outside photos. This is the front view, so 2-car garage. Again, you know, just to go over some numbers here, we got 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Let me scroll up to actually the numbers up here. 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, currently listed at $789. But then you have this 2-car garage up here. From the side, this is that corner looking in, so you can see this full yard over here. Your driveway up here into the 2-car garage. Your main entry is going to be right on this side. This is the picture of the front entry. Again, this photo highlights kind of that association area that I was showing you earlier. So the side of the hill, basically from the bottom of the hill up is going to be association managed. So, you know, they'll cut the grass for there, and you're in charge of everything on the flat part at the bottom of the hill. This is looking back towards the corner of that triangle. So basically your side yard or your front yard. And you can see nice and big yard for this place. From the side of the hill looking out the back of the house, there is, this kind of shows the lanai off of the, with lanai, these lanai doors are, I'll show you, are connected to the, connected to the dining room, and I'll show you where that comes out. But then you have a nice covered, or partially covered, I should say, trellis covered, I think is the correct term, back patio, and then a little bit more backyard in the back. And then finally from the lanai, you can see trellis covering. But if you wanted to cover that up, obviously that would make a nice, great, or even without it covered, would make a nice, great outdoor space. So, yeah, that's the overall back. And, you know, I just want to kind of preface this whole tour with, by showing you, let's see, going back to this photo. You can kind of see here, it's a little small, but you can see some damage on the chimney here. And you'll see throughout the house, there's going to be a lot of deferred maintenance, some issues that you're going to have to deal with. And we will outline those up front. But just be prepared that we're not walking into something that is in pristine condition. Obviously, this is going to need some work, and we've priced it as such. Okay, so now that I've shown you kind of prepared you for what we're going to be walking into, let's jump into the 360 3D tour. And on the on the listing website, you can click on this button here, and we'll bring you up to the tour. And I'm using my keyboard and mouse. So my keyboard back and forth to turn left and right. I can also go up and down to move to each one of these little spots here. And so when you go and use this tour on your own, you can do the exact same thing. So we're here at the front door. You can see front door right here. Entering into the kind of the living room with the fireplace on the right. You can see this staining here is obviously going to be a big concern. So have that in mind when you are coming to view the place. This is the nice big picture window that looks over the backyard, as well as the lanai right off this dining room area here with the chandelier overhead. Did want to point out a nice little stained glass piece up at the top. The other thing from here that I just wanted to kind of review is the third bedroom upstairs, and you know, is open to downstairs. So obviously, if you wanted to enclose that entire thing, you would have to close this off, and then you'd have a fully enclosed bedroom. But otherwise open to the downstairs. Okay, I'll hit up on my keyboard to move forward and turn this way and kind of keep going towards the kitchen. So galley style kitchen needs a lot of work, obviously, but does have tile countertops, older appliances. It basically ends right here with the dishwasher. So you do have this bank of cabinets right here for storage. Turning around, you have the stairs going up, which we will visit in a second. There's storage underneath the stairs here. And then right by the garage entrance is going to be the half bath. You can see the 3D camera we use. Half bath right out there would be good for your guests to use. 2-car garage with the washer dryer here on the left. This is also an entrance right next to the front door, so you could use that as well if you wanted to come in and out from that access. We'll head back in and go upstairs next. Of course, if you are concerned with any of these issues that you're seeing throughout the virtual tour today, our biggest recommendation is that you get a specialist to help you understand what you're dealing with and do that before you commit to purchasing the place, because a lot of these issues here, we have not gotten professionals to fully evaluate them, but obviously we're bringing them up because we do have concerns over them and recommend that you get specialists to help you understand before you're making any purchases. Okay, so this is that third bedroom that I was showing you from downstairs. It's open, like I mentioned before, so it's open to the downstairs area. You could then, of course, if you wanted to close it off fully and make it a fully enclosed bedroom, you'd have to close these off. Let me just walk this way and come spin around back. So here's the closet for that room. Open area, I don't know what you call this, like a little loft above the closet. Walking down the hallway some more, and we'll take a left here to the second bedroom. Two windows in the corner, and I'll spin us around slowly for the closet, which you can see here. So pretty standard bedroom as far as that goes. Right next to that is going to be the first full bath with tub shower, and then the master suite at the end of the hall. This is going to have a couple of things. So first of all, a lot of windows for natural light. You do have a walk-in closet here at the end. I shouldn't say the end, but here around the corner from the door. And the ensuite bath. The ensuite bath has dual sinks. And if you walk in here, you also have a tub shower and where your toilet would be right there in the floor. So another tub shower, but main thing is going to be, of course, that it is an ensuite. So, if you had your master bedroom closed, this door closed here, you would have a fully enclosed private space for your master suite. And I'll show you the closet before we head back downstairs, kind of just to give you an idea of the layout as well. Floor plan is available on the website, which you can see right here in the middle. So if you do have any questions, it does give you approximate sizes and dimensions of each room, so you can use that for your reference. But otherwise, that's pretty much the entire tour for the interior of 98-1830 Kaahumanu Street. And you can also use these. Just a quick note: you can also use these buttons down here in the bottom left to see the overall floor plan layout. So this is going to be the first floor. And then the second floor here, so you can see it's open to the downstairs in the upper left. Then you have your 2 bedrooms and your master suite at the end. So a lot of tools that you can use in this Matterport tour. And of course, if we go back downstairs to the first floor, we'll finish up here in the living room, in the actual house itself. But that's not going to, of course, that's not the end of our tour here. As let's take a next step, and speaking of zooming out, I'll show you exactly where the property is on the island. So pulling up Google Earth here, and I have us zoomed out all the way to the entire island so that I can show you where the house is, and some things, in relation to the neighborhood and some landmarks and stuff like that. But also, I'm going to take a quick moment to just describe where the house is, where Pearl City is, in case you are unfamiliar with the island itself. So stick with me if you know all this already. But just real quickly to overview the island of Oahu itself. It's basically a parallelogram. You have North Shore. You have windward side, which is the east side of the island. West side, of course, west side of the island, which has neighborhoods like Makaha and Waianae. And then you have the South Shore, which stretches from Hawaii Kai here on the southeast corner of the island, all the way out to the southwest corner which is like Kalailoa, Eva Beach area over here. The majority of density, so the majority of people on the island live on this southern shore. And you can see right here in the middle, it's split in half by the Daniel K. Inouye International Airport. Basically, everything from east we call town, as you can see here. That includes Waikiki and stuff. And then everything west of that is the west side, or you get out to the Ewa Plains. Pearl City and 98-1830 Kaahumanu may look like it's kind of in central Oahu, but it's technically part of the leeward side of the island, or the leeward neighborhood, leeward district, as they say. And it's really centrally located right above, like just to the north of Daniel K. Inouye International Airport. And if you're familiar, neighborhoods like Aiea are right next door. And so you have, and of course, shopping centers like Pro Ridge, which I'll show you in a second, are really close by. So let's zoom in a little bit, and I'll show you kind of the leeward neighborhood here. Turn off my Oahu Island, and I'll turn on my leeward stuff here. These are just some of the major features, major landmarks that I'm sure a lot of you are already familiar with. But again, just to kind of give you an idea of where the property is and where we're talking about in relation to the rest of the island. So you can see H1 freeway that wraps straight through the island. And from H1, you'll pass things like Newtown Driving Range, Pro Country Club, which is probably going to be your closest. It's a private, but it's a semi-private, so public can play golf course. Palimomi Medical Center, like I talked about earlier, Pearl Ridge Center, which is a huge shopping center, Times Supermarket, Don Quixote. A lot of good places to live and entertain yourself in the Pearl City, Aiea area. And then up in the mountains, you can see this is starting to get towards a ridge line here. You have the Wailuna neighborhood, which is basically this whole ridge line here. And that contains the heights at Wailuna, including 98-1830 Kaahumanu. And let me just make sure, and we'll zoom in a little bit further here, and I'll show you a couple of things surrounding it. So the schools for this one are going to be Waiau Elementary, which is just down the hill, Highlands Intermediate, which is more in the central Pearl City, and then Pearl City High School, which is up on the next ridge. Again, if you're purchasing this place and schools are very important to you, I highly recommend that you verify this with the DOE just to make sure that these are the schools that you are buying into. But if you're familiar with this area, you'll know that Waiau District Park is a very big park right here. There's the fire station, Waiau District Fire Station right here. So if you keep going up Kaahumanu past Waiau District Park, you're going to hit the Wailuna neighborhood. And Wailuna, it has several subdivisions in it, but the heights at Wailuna is the single-family version. So you have like townhomes and condos over here, and then you get up higher and you have more single-family homes. The heights at Wailuna is basically this area right here. But the whole Wailuna neighborhood has several amenities that are really good, and of course, as being a part of the association, gives you access to these. So you have the Wailuna Swim Club down at the bottom. There's also a kids' playground down there. The Wailuna tennis courts, so full, tennis courts right there. And then you have the lodge up here, which is the rec area of the kind of more upper area, as well as another swimming pool up there. So you have several amenities. Even though you're in a single-family home, you also have access to a lot of the great amenities that Wailuna has to offer. And, other than that, let me just, again, zoom in over here just so you can see, since we are in here. Again, like I was saying earlier, the biggest benefit, which you can see even clearer now, see all these zero lot line homes that are all really close to each other, and then you have 98-1830. Let me turn that off so you can see the actual house itself. You can see it occupies basically this whole corner on its own, and so you have really a nice, no neighbors on this side of the house. And let's see if I can even spin this around and zoom in a little bit more to kind of show you there we go, the 3D rendering of it. All these trees have been removed, so that's why this is an old image. But this is just to illustrate. You can see the hillside here, which is all managed by the association, and then you basically have all of this side here with these neighbors being very, very high up. So again, that's the biggest feature here, because of course the house is going to need some work, and especially to bring it back up. And so definitely invite you to bring your contractors, bring your imagination, and come and see what makes 98 1830 very, very special. And of course, after you're done watching this, we invite you to head back to the listing website and go check out all the information that we have up here. So again, the Matterport tour, you have you have Google Maps, you have all different kinds of things that will show you all the information that I've covered today, and find out more information. And then of course, check with your real estate agent if you have one for a private showing that will allow you to come and see the property for yourself. If you don't have somebody that can bring you by, of course, you can contact me directly, but I would highly recommend that you do bring a licensed real estate agent with you so they can help you understand exactly what you're getting into. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me today. I want to thank you for tuning in to this virtual open house for 98 1830 Kaahumanu Street. My name is Nick Kawakami. It's been my pleasure to bring you this virtual tour today. And I hope you have a good rest of your week. Have a good rest of your Monday. And I'll see you next time. Aloha.